everyone, welcome to another beautiful tutorial. My name is Ololade of Most Fashion Fix. So in this tutorial today, we'll be learning something very interesting. Yeah, dart manipulation. It is a dart manipulated dress. Yes, the bodice is dart manipulation and the skirt is a handkerchief flare, and the sleeve is kind of flare sleeve, which you can actually decide which sleeve you want. So this design can be made using different types of fabric. You can use duchess, you can use crepe, you can use raw silk, or let me just say, okay, fine, you can use duchess or crepe for this design because it is a drapery, it is a drapery design, that is, it is flowy. Okay, so this is the design on the screen, and this can tell you that, you can tell from this picture that this is a dart manipulated design. So our concentration is going to be on the bodies, okay, because every other thing here is just basic and simple. So our concentration here is on the bodies. So looking at this design, to analyze this design, first establish the fact that it's an asymmetric design. So an asymmetric design means an irregular design. What you have on the right is not the same thing that you have on the left, right? So this should tell you that when drafting your basic bodice pattern, you should draft with your paper on fold, right? Your paper should be on fold when you are drafting. Okay, so I've gone ahead to draft my basic bodice here. Can you see? So my pattern is on fold, my pattern paper is on fold. Can you see? So after drafting, go ahead, use your tracing wheel to trace what you have drafted. Okay, and I have gone ahead to do mine. You can see. So all I have to do is to cut the back and attach it to the other side. Okay, so now there are different approaches when it comes to a dart manipulated design. So, and here I'll be following the simplest approach, or one of the simplest approach. So you have an asymmetric design. The blouse, or the bodice is a monostrap design. Yes, the body is a monostrap design. Then it has band on the waistline. So on the shoulder it has pleats right there on the shoulder. Then around the waistline as well, there are pleats on the waistline. And what you notice is that the position of the waist that has been manipulated as well. Okay, so actually it's a very simple design, but the thing is that as simple as it is, if you don't have good knowledge of that manipulation, it might look as if it is difficult, but then it is not. So without wasting too much of our time, let's just go right into it. So you need your basic bodice pattern, which I have drafted here already. Here's my basic bodice pattern. And yes, asymmetric design, you need both the front and back to be on fold. So you can see, now I'm going to cut out the front, or let me see, I'm going to cut out, you see the front is right here in the middle, while for the back we have one on one side and one on the other end. So we're going to cut this out now and tape it to the other one as well. So you should cut out the center back. You don't need it. That center back tightening, cut it out. You don't need it. So this is the back tightening, right? So you're going to tape it over it like so. Can you see? So go ahead and tape it. Okay, so this has been done. So this is the back pattern, and here is the front pattern. So one thing I like to do is to indicate my left and my right. And so here is my left and here is my right. Okay. Okay, designers, here we go. Here's the bodice. So where we have the major work to do is actually on the front bodice. Okay, so first thing you need to understand on this design is that it has band. So it is your decision to decide how many inches you want this band to be. Do you want 1.5 or do you want 2 inches? So but before then, I'd like to do my normal waist shaping. So for my waist shaping, you can do half inch on the side, but personally I don't do up to that for my body size, so I do just 0.25 for my body size. So this is connected to the first dart leg. All right, so I don't need that part. Let me just shade it out. Okay, so now what do? We need band, right? And when you are having a line passing through any dart, it is required that the dart must be closed. So for that reason, this dart will be temporarily closed. So, and you close from your side to the center. So I'll temporarily close this dart, and don't close beyond the dart legs. So repeat the same here from the side to the center. So I'd like to have 2 inches for my band. So I'll be taking the 2 inches from here, right? This is no longer part of our measurement. So I'll take 2 inches. So just measure it across like so, using the waistline as a guide. So I'll just label up, down. So I'll call this band and put it aside. Okay, so this is it. So I'll just put this aside. Then I'll open up the darts. So designers, at this point, you need to study your design very well and see where the slash lines are coming from and where are they going to. But before then, let's construct our asymmetry neckline, our monostrap neckline. So to do that, if you like, around the side that is off, you can decide to raise the chest line area by ½ inch, and if you are on a plus size, you can raise by 0.75 to 1 inch. And if you want, you can decide not to raise it at all. Raising it is just to conceal the underarm from showing. Okay, so here I'll raise it by ½ inch. So I'll come to the side here, extend this line, then measure ½ inch. So that is where I'll be connecting the asymmetry neckline to. And when it comes to monostrap neckline, most time the off part goes to the left. But if you want it to be on the right, why not? Go ahead and do whatever you desire, okay? So I'm going to construct the neckline. If you like, you can choose to alter your neck width. What we have here is 3 by 3, right? So if you like, you can alter it from 3 by 3, and if you like, you can leave it at that. So for me, I'll alter it to 3.5, meaning I'll measure ½ inch here. So this is ½ inch. Then from this ½ inch, I'm going to connect all the way to this ½ inch. Okay, so here is the asymmetry neckline. So this is it. Now, what you will do next is to look at your slash lines, look at the darts, where are they manipulated to, where are they going to. Just study your design very well. So looking at this particular design, we have 2 pleats around the waistline, and these pleats, one is directly going to the bust point and the other one is not. The same thing on this other side. Then we also have pleats around the shoulder. So one thing you're going to do first is to tighten your neckline, because automatically and a monostrap neckline like this have tendency of gaping. So on this pattern, you'll be seeing so many lines. Yes, you'll be seeing so many lines. So here I'll need to create gaping darts around here so that the neckline doesn't gape. So this you can do 0.25, you can do ½ inch. Then I'll create another one around here, and you can see me directing it to the pivotal points. Okay, So this is it. So designers, let me tell you something. There are some designs, it's either you understand that manipulation or you don't. There's no magic or there's no two way about it. It's either you understand that manipulation or you don't understand it. If you don't understand that manipulation, it might be difficult for you to create some kind of designs. Okay, so this is my gaping dart, meaning we're going to tighten this monostrap area. Okay, so now what you notice is that there's no bust dart on there's no side dart, yes, on this design, meaning the bust dart has been closed and transferred to the waist and to the shoulder. Okay, so now before I go ahead to do that, look at this, look at the slash the where the waist dart and bust dart is being manipulated to. So this is the center of this pattern, this is the center front. So how much space do you want to have on that center? So that one is left to you to decide, but from what I have here, I'll just go ahead and do 0.75 away from the center front towards both sides. So this is 0.75, this is also 0.75 towards this side. So this is the first slash line. The first slash line will come from here, and the second one I'll just make it 1 inch away from the first one. So 1 inch away, then 1 inch away as well. Okay, so now this one will be directed towards the pivotal point. Okay, this will be directed towards the pivotal point. So as this one as well, it's be directed towards the pivotal point. Okay, so just take it gently and just take note of what I'm doing. Now the second one, you notice that it is not, that one is not going to the pivotal point. So where do we direct that one to? So that one will be taken as just added fullness and not necessarily that manipulation. Okay, so that manipulation, added fullness, most times they come hand in hand. You know, added fullness is used when the dart excess you have is not enough to create the kind of fullness you want. Okay, so you introduce added fullness, and added fullness in this case now, it means that this is the point we have chosen, right? So it will come from wherever it is to the edge of your pattern. Okay, to the edge of your pattern. So I'll go ahead now and construct this line to go to this my neckline. So this is it. Now for the second one, I won't construct that yet because there is a gaping dart here, and you cannot construct a line passing through a dart unless the dart is being closed. So after we have closed the gaping dart, I'll go ahead and construct the second line. Okay, so now at this point, designers, what we'll start doing is slashing, closing where necessary. Okay, so now this is our waist dart, don't forget, this is our waist dart. So it means that by the time we open this new dart location, this is a new dart location. By the time we open this new dart location, we'll be able to close so many openings. You'll be able to close this gaping dart here, close this gaping dart, close the waist dart here, and close the side dart here. So that is the fun of dart manipulation. It is so fun when you understand dart manipulation. So can you see? I'll cut this open. So after opening this new dart position now, we can then close the waist dart, close the gaping dart, and close the side dart. So this is my waist dart. I'll just go ahead and close it. Okay, so this is what we have. At this point now, we can cut out our actual pattern so we see exactly what we are working with. Okay. Okay, so can you see what we are working with now? Now this line that we constructed here, we can then go ahead and construct the same thing here because we have closed the gaping darts. So go ahead and construct the same. Okay, so now you can see that after closing all the darts, what happened? They are transferred to this new dart position, right? So what we are going to do with this now is that we are going to fill it up. But then if you look at the design very well, you will notice that on this side, yes, the dart was filled up and this one is just an added fullness. But on the other side, this same dart is what is shared to create this same dart is shared around the shoulder as well to create fullness on the shoulder. So to do that, you can decide how many slash lines you want around the shoulder. So I'll just mark 1 and 2. So that would also be connected towards the pivotal points. Okay, so can you see that? So now I'll bring brown paper here to fill up. Then here I'll slash and spread to also create fullness. Here we are going to open up so that we can share these dots between this waist area and the shoulder area. So here we are also going to create, to slash and spread to create fullness. I hope I'm making sense. I'll be making sense to you if you understand that manipulation already. So I'll be using my gum. Okay, so you're going to close from the side to the center. And when you close these edges, they must meet. Okay, so just form a crease around here first. Then you bring it here like so. Can you see? So can you see what we have? Then cut off the excess. So you can see what we have after filling, and this is the center of it. Okay, so now after doing this, for this side, what we are going to do is added fullness, slash and spread. So just, you know, for this particular side, we are not the one that decided the fullness. It was just the data that was transferred. Okay, so but for this side now, we are the one deciding how full we want it to be. So go ahead and slash to the tip, but don't slash through. Okay, so when you spread, then you bring paper, fill up, decide how much volume you want. Okay, but then don't make it too much. So go ahead and fill up this part as well. So you also close towards center from the side. So make sure they also meet on this waistline. So go ahead and cut off the excess paper. So this is done for this side. Now for this side, let's first of all do this slash and spread parts. All right, so now for this part, remember we are sharing this dart between this waist area and the shoulder. So what we are going to do now is to slash open on the shoulder. So when we do that, the volume of the dart will be reduced from here because we are sharing it. Oh, this one has got off. It's not a challenge. You can tape it back. So what you will notice is that, you know, that excess we have here before wasn't that much. But you realize that even after we spread open, it is still a bit much, even though we now have 3 openings, 1, 2, 3. The reason is that the farther the distance of your dart to the pivotal point, the wider the dart excess. So because this distance from the shoulder to the pivotal point is so long, that was why we have more dart excess. Okay, so you can see now, so we are going to fill up. So we have that's excess here, that's excess here, and that's excess here. So you bring your brown paper now and fill up. So you see how simple this is. It is very simple. Just understand that manipulation and be able to analyze your designs. So you know this side is going towards here, so this will also go towards this point. So can you see? Then you cut off excess. Okay, so we go ahead and pleat towards the neckline as well. So this is it. It has to match up, okay? Then this is where you're even more concerned about. Then the second one as well. Can you see? Then go ahead and cut off the excess. Voila! Our pattern is ready. And when you are done, designers, when you are done, your pattern must be laying flat. If it is not laying flat, you are wrong. If it is not laying flat, you are wrong. Oh, you are wrong. So this is it. So when you are sewing, when you are transferring to fabric now, make sure you mark all these points. Okay, make sure you mark it. So what you do on your fabric is that after you have marked and you have notched all those points, what do? Go ahead and start pleating. Sorry, yes, and start arranging it like so. Then this is also coming this way, this way. This is coming this way. Then the ones on the shoulder as well, you also go ahead and pleat it. So when you are done pleating it, when you are done, then you bring that band that was cut out. Can you see? Then you bring the band and sew back into it. As simple as this, designers. Go ahead and sew back into this. So this is what we have. This is it. Now for the back, it is simple. Just go ahead. The back is the simplest part. There's nothing much going on the back. So the right side, remember, we altered the neckline to 3.5, right? So just come here, mark your ½ inch. Then don't forget that on the left, we raised the chest line by ½ inch. So you come here, repeat the same process, raise the chest line by ½ inch. Then that is where you are bringing these two. Can you see? So this is it. Then on the waistline, don't forget we did ¼ inch. ¼ inch on both sides. So you're going to repeat the same here. Then temporarily close the waist darts so that you can connect the waist darts. You can connect this line rather. Then on the center back, take ¼ inch as well. So temporarily close the waist darts, and connect these lines. So you see there's nothing much at the back. So this is it. Can you see that? Then cut off. So repeat the same thing here. So this is what we have, designers. It might be like, oh, this part is going upward. No, it is not. By the time you sew your waist dart, it balances, okay? And don't forget, we are still going to separate this side. So, but before then, go ahead and cut your neckline. Then you can also introduce gaping darts around here. Yes, you can introduce gaping darts around here as well. So then you separate. Of course, you cannot transfer to the fabric like this. All right. So this is the left and this is the right. So designers, here is our pattern set. Can you see that? So simple, right? It is very, very simple. That manipulation is not hard at all if you understand it. So I hope I have done justice to this for you. If you have any question, drop them in the comment box. And one thing you need to know that is that if you are not into that manipulation already, this might seem like magic to you. So if you need help on that manipulation, please send a message to the number on the screen on WhatsApp to get help on that manipulation. We have that manipulation class volume 1 and volume 2, and trust me, this class are so extensive and elaborate, so it will help you, because whether you like it or not, there are some designs that you cannot crack without that manipulation. So designers, I believe you have learned a lot. Go ahead, transfer your pattern to fabric. Go ahead and sew. So once again, my name is Ololade of Most Fashion Fix. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.